Number 5, we're looking at the 6ths now. Now the 6ths are a little bit more tricky. All right, but not too bad. But they're always one that give my students a really, really hard time. So stick with me here. Now, the first thing I would tell you to do in class is I would tell you to simplify the fractions. Look at the fractions and see what you can simplify, okay? Now, some of these we can simplify. We can simplify 2/6 and 3/6 and 4/6. All 3 of these we can simplify. And actually, we already have the answers on our assignment for these 3. Okay. 2/6, they have a 2 in common. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So that's going to be the same answer as what we put down for the 1/3. Now, if you go back and look at question number 2, I think, for 1/3, we got 33 hundredths and 1/3. And it was 33 1/3%. That's what we got for the thirds. That's already on our paper. If we've already got that down, then we're good. Now let's simplify 3/6. 3/6, they have a 3 in common, a factor of 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. This is a half. 3/3 is the same as 1/2. And I know that a half is 0.5. And I know that the percent is 50%. If I have half of something, it's 50%. All right, moving on to the 4/6. What do they have in common? 4 and 6. What multiplication fact do they have in common? They have a 2 in common. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. That's the same as 2/3. Now we already have 2/3, or we could just look at the 1/3 and we could double it. 1 out of 3 and 2 out of 3. That just means this was 1 piece, this is 2 pieces. We can double this answer. 33 doubled is 66. 1/3 double is 2/3. And the percentage is also doubled. There we go. Now, that was already on our chart. This thirds was from question number 2, and the half was from question number 1. Now, we've got 3 more to go, okay? 1/6, 5/6, and 6/6. Okay, let's go down to 6/6. We already know that one. 6 out of 6, that's the whole thing. That's going to be 1, and that's going to be 100%. Now, we just have 2 more to go. We have 1/6 and 5/6 to go. We can do this. Okay. Now, this one's kind of tricky. 1 out of 6. What would 1 out of 6 if I were looking at it out of 100? Now, I know that this fraction bar, what does that fraction bar mean I can do? What kind of math problem? I can divide. All right, and I'm almost out of room here. Filled up my whole board just about. But this is 1 divided by 6. So let's push that over. Push it over, and it's going to fall. And when it falls, the 6 is going to be outside, and the 1 is going to be inside. We just push it over. 6 won't go into 1. Nope. Put a decimal and a 0. Let's push that decimal up. 6 will go into 10 one time. 1 times 6 is 6. Subtract. 10 minus 6 is 4. We're not done. Put another 0 up there. Subtract. 6 will go into 40 6 times. 6 times 6 is 36. Let me erase this just for a minute. I'll put it back in a minute. 36. Subtract and I get another 4. Do you see the repeating part? Okay, that's going to keep repeating. That's going to be, let's put a 0 right there, 0.1666666. It's just going to keep repeating. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to erase this, and we're going to erase this, and we're going to take 2 digits, and we're going to start at the top, and we're going to read it like a clock. And so that's going to be, goodness, I wish I had more room. 0.16 and 4/6. But that can be simplified to 0.16 and 2/3. All that math right there to get 0.16 and 2/3. 0.16 and 2/3. All right. Now, that one's going to be the trickiest, hardest one for you guys to memorize. It always is. It always is. Okay, I'm going to put that down. I'm going to clean that up. The decimal is 0.16 and 2/3. And the percentage is 16 and 2/3%. Now I'm going to go back and put this one in. I erased it. There we go. Now, last one down here. Last one, 5/5. Now, 5/5, I can just do a combination. What makes 5? I can add the 2 and the 3. 2 plus 3 is 5, okay? So I can add these two numbers right here or add these 2%. What makes 2/6 and what makes 3/6. I can add that together and I can get my answer. Okay, so if I add these together, that's going to be 0 decimal. 3 plus 5 is 8. 3 plus nothing is 3. I know I'm adding backwards, but I'm looking at it and I'm just thinking, okay, what's in that column? What's in that column? What's in that column? What's in that column? That's going to be 83 and 1/3 hundredths, or 83 and 1/3%. Okay, that one's kind of tricky. We may have to work on that one a little bit. All right, I'll see you on the 8th.